Bank was once the pride of black business people. It was created as a vehicle for both savings and credit for black people. But after years of regulatory restrictions and funding issues, the bank was steered into a pure lending institution, targeting mostly customers with no real assets to act as security. NEFCOC was the force behind the formation of the bank. It plans to canvass the appetite among black business people to buy back the bank.
I think it's a question of the vision on where people think this country should go to and what contribution some of the black people should go towards the growing the economy for the common good of everybody else. And I mean, NAFCOC's view also is that I think the black people will have adequate influence only when they have money. They can control some financial institutions, which is their own.
Former Reserve Bank Governor Tito Mboweni has called on government to consider buying one of the country's banks. The Black Business Council says ABLE presents such an opportunity.
If you ask, is there 8.5 billion rands in black hands ready to be plowed into African Bank Investments Limited? The answer is probably no. But there are institutions who must buy into a vision of reorientating African Bank Investments Limited to become a deposit-taking institution with a very strong black ownership and control.
But what does the collapse of ABLE mean for its customers?
In terms of people who owe the bank money, unfortunately, they still owe the bank money from the individual's perspective. And any rescue of the bank, whether it's recapitalizing the bank, or in fact if the bank is broken up and it becomes a good bank and a bad bank, as has happened in the case of some of the European banks, or if it goes into liquidation. Under all of those scenarios, people who owe the bank money still owe the bank money.
Meanwhile, Ellerin Finishes, one of ABLE's subsidiaries, today filed for voluntary business rescue. This provides the protection for all key stakeholders' interest in the business while a permanent solution is sought. Finance Minister Nhlanhla Nene says he was keeping an eye on ABLE, but he stressed that there are no signs that the bank's troubles have affected other banks negatively. Liuta Motlogelwa, SABC News, Johannesburg.
So how did this all play out on the market today? The JSE closing well in the red once more, in line with global markets, and the concern around African Bank, of course, not helping. The All-Share Index fell by 0.8%, while African Bank plunged. All the major banks except Barclays also fell into the red. MTN added nearly 3% after its results, while Vodacom fell a touch. Weighing on the market was internet and media giant Naspers that lost 3.5% as well. The miners are all down. Big Miner, Anglo and BHP both falling, both losing more than 1.5%. Looking at actual commodity prices, gold flat, but platinum has risen by more than 1% today. Brent crude oil slightly firmer. There are still concerns about supply, with militants advancing closer to oil fields in northern Iraq. The rand slightly firmer following the decision of the European Central Bank to keep interest rates at present very low levels. Our relatively high interest rates have attracted investors, which boosts the rand. However, the currency is still trading above 10.70 rand to the dollar.